Cool. Is your microphone working? Yes. Are your cell phones muted? Maybe. Please do that. On this brisk and clear spring morning, please rise if you can. We are going to sing Spirit-Led, Spirit-Fed with my friend and partner Andres on the drums here.
Thank you so much. Excellent. Aho. Have a seat? Yes? Beautiful. All right. Good morning. Good to see you here. Have your faces. Good morning. If you're joining us on the live stream, either Facebook or YouTube, hello, we see you. So we want you to put your name, say hello, just kind of pop a hi, I'm here, into the chat so that we can feel connected with you and you feel connected with us. All right, to my right is the wonderful, marvelous, incredible Oswaldo Mora, who is our future minister team. He's got a whole cheering section back there. Our future minister team member who is going to anchor us with the Christ white light. And, oh, yeah, that's what you were signaling me about. Come on. This is a new thing. It's the prayer box that we are, yeah. Here we go. We put it right there. Takes a while to get new things down in your head. All right, let's feel that energy of love. Watch, there's a beautiful bass behind you. Right. Very agile. That's great. All right, so I invite you to say our opening invocation, which is on the buff sheet in the seat back in front of you, if you're not yet familiar. And just take that out, but more importantly, take a moment to breathe into your heart center. Really feel connected with Spirit right here, right now, in this moment. Together, there is only one presence and one power active in the universe and in my life. God, the good omnipotence. Just breathe that in for a second. And feel that omnipresent love right here in our hearts, in the sanctuary, in this sacred place. And as we continue with the service, we will open and expand our hearts and our minds so that we can see this energy of omnipresent love surrounding our planet. And so it is.
I surrender. I trust and I know as I surrender, I fall into the arms of love. I surrender. I trust and I know as I surrender, I fall into the arms of love. I fall into the arms of love.
Before we start a meditation, I'm going to ask you, please, just give me a minute. I just want to share with you something that happened yesterday with me, or happening to me. I was working in my house. We have a project. And in a moment, I just took a deep, deep breath and I couldn't. And I started crying. I couldn't stop crying for more than 2 hours. Thinking in what's going on, Ukraine, Russia. And all of this was triggered by a story about an Ecuadorian boy who couldn't get out on time, and he's trapped. And there are people around the world creating groups to support him, but all of them asking for money that then disappear. So I couldn't understand that. How can you use this to get money, to get whatever they want? Then I connect with the intention of war, and I couldn't stand. I couldn't put together Osvaldo back. So I asked permission ask my community, please help me out with this. I cannot do it by myself, and I think and I feel that you are doing by yourself too. So let's be one. Mijo, ¿me puedes traer una vela de las que están afuera, por favor? So I said, let me do something, let me create something. And I create a candle. I want to share with you that candle. The candle is the representation of what we are looking for in our souls, in our divine presence. The meditation that we're going to have today is related to that, about the goodness of God, being one. And please feel free at the end of the service, take one of these candles with you. Thank you, mijo. This is the candle that you're going to see outside. And if you are online, if you are interested in the candle, just put your name over there. Here will be a candle with your name. In the circle is the map of Russia and Ukraine, and the number is 76. 76 represents my divine presence. 7 is 7 chakra, and a 6 is the beginning. So we're going to spread the connection. The color is purple because that's the color of the 7 chakra. I put it a butterfly because this is a crisis that has to take us up, and we can get rid of this. And I create this affirmation that it says, I am the beginning of peace. I am the ending of war. I am love. So I am. That's where we are. Each of us, we are just one. And if a lot of ones do the same, we can be the light in Ukraine and Russia. With that said, please walk with me in this journey. Thank you very much. Close your eyes, please. Help me out with this. Just take a deep breath. Feel your divine presence. Feel your presence.
Oh, your mercy never fails me, and all my days I've been held in your hands. From the moment that I wake up until I lay my head, oh, I will sing of the goodness of God.
Feel your presence.
All my life you have been faithful. All my life you have been so, so good. With every breath that I am,
Doesn't matter how painful it is, just open your heart
oh, I will sing
and feel the hand of your community being one with you, being one with me. We are love. And love is the only power that can transcend anything.
You have led me through the fire.
Be peace.
In my
Please be
darkest
peace.
night, you were close
Please, if you
like
are
no
holding
other.
something against someone near to you, just
I've known you
be
as
peace.
a
Be the one
father.
who plant the seed of
I've
peace.
known you as a friend.
Peace is up to
Oh,
me,
I have lived
and I take that
in the
responsibility.
goodness
Peace is
of God.
about me. It's up to me.
And all my life
I don't want to be in war anymore with me. I just want to be peace.
all my life you
Because what I am is the world.
so
I am one in the world. I am peace.
with every breath that I am able.
Breathe with me.
Oh, I will sing
Let's transmute all this pain,
of the goodness
being one.
of God.
Let's experience the goodness of God here, right now.
So good. Goodness is running after me. Goodness is running
Naramajima.
after me.
Gumi naramajina ya.
Surrendered now.
Ishuru manajama.
'Cause your goodness is running after me.
I am love.
Your
I must support myself in love. Breathe with me. Feel your presence. Be one with me. Be one with you. I am love. I am peace. I am the beginning of peace. I am the ending of the world. I am love. Feel the presence of everybody here and over there and the world. We are not alone. We have the power to say no to darkness. We are light. That's what we are. That's what we stand for. As we are light. It's clear. That's what we are. The presence of God itself. Aho, hermanos. Aho, brothers and sisters. Aho, UCP community. Aho. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I really feel the presence, your support, your presence. I appreciate it. Please take a deep, deep breath. Now we know what we are. What you experience here is my divine connection as a shaman. I just connect with everything. And that's the expression of what I am when I become a shaman. Normally, I'm not as a shaman. Normally, I'm a normal person. In these times, I need to bring everything that I have. Thank you. So, continue with the service. Yes. We have the prayer box here. And Joanna, please can come here. And I'm going to hold for you the bag so you can be close to the microphone. Okay.
So we have taken this time to connect to divinity, to the presence of all that is, that vibrates within us and within every single human being. Holding our hearts open, we turn now to the specific requests and prayers that are held here by those who have written them, who have expressed their hearts. And always a prayer made within this unity community is a prayer for alignment, a prayer for recognition, to be aligned with the powers that are within ourselves, so that those wishes can then be made manifest. So we pray that all these individuals align themselves with the truth that lies with their heart and take the actions forward to bring their dreams and wishes and prayers into fruition. And so it is.
And so it is. We must use every resource that we have in order to maintain peace and light, especially right now. So I invite you to join me in reading the statements of our vision and mission. It's written in front of you. Take a deep breath. We're going to go first of our vision. Our vision. We envision the divine awakening in all. Our mission. We center in peace and love. We connect with our hearts with others. We celebrate our journey towards wholeness, and we empower others to experience their spiritual magnificence. And so it is.
Let's do, that's enough. Okay. Yes.
Thank you.
Good morning. We're so glad to be here with you this morning. I'm Lisa Rhodes, and this is Leslie Land. And we're going to play a song for you about how love can make everything better, no matter how difficult. It's called That's Enough. Can't face the TV anymore. If things get any crazier, I don't know what I'll do. And I'm afraid about tomorrow. Just can't see that far. Like to think it's been this way before. Keep trying to convince myself, but I'm never really sure. And I'm afraid about tomorrow. Just can't see that far. But you ease my troubled mind. Every time that you hold me, and I know that's enough to see me through. Earth may be turned up, the lights may be dim. No matter what else happens, we'll see spring again. Wish sometimes that I could get away, but I don't know where I'd go, so I guess I'm gonna stay. And I'm afraid about tomorrow. Just can't see that far. But you ease my troubled mind. Every time that you hold me, I know that's enough to see me through. Our hands may be shaking, our lives may be thin. No matter what else happens, we'll see spring again. In my heart I know that this will pass, but I suspect the ugliness we've seen is gonna last. And I'm afraid about tomorrow. Just can't see that far. But you ease my troubled mind. Every time that you hold me, and I know that's enough to see me through. I can't face the TV anymore. No, I can't face the TV anymore. I can't face the TV anymore. No, I can't face the TV anymore. I can't face the TV anymore. No, I can't.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Beautiful. Thank you, Lisa and Leslie. Lovely. Perfect. All right. It's been quite a morning already. All right. And a beautiful morning. So, like Oswaldo, I had an experience kind of like that this week. Maybe a lot of you have too. I started the week, I think it was Monday, and I do what I always do. After meditation, I take my dog out for a long walk. We sort of fast walk, slow run kind of thing. And it was a beautiful day. I think the sun was actually out that day, and I was feeling really good, and life was good, and everything was kind of, feels like everything is falling into my place. I'm just feeling so blessed. I was feeling so good, so blessed. You know, I mean, you know, I've done a lot of work in my consciousness to get to that place, right? We do as we do. But again, feeling so blessed. And then as I always do, as I come back in from walking my dog, I pick up the paper in the driveway and bring it into the house, and I take off that blue plastic sheet and open the paper, and right there on the front page is an image of a family laying dead on a street. They had been hit by Russian mortar fire, and their bags, obviously they were pulling their bags. Their bags were laying down next to them. They were, obviously the picture, you know, a good photojournalist can take a picture, tells a whole story, just that moment. They were obviously fleeing and didn't make it. And I just started weeping, like you. And I just felt like, how can this be happening? How can this be happening? And then I felt guilty. about feeling so good about my life. You know, how can I feel so good about my life when these people over here are, you know, maybe they were having a good life too until a few weeks ago, and now their entire country is under siege. And so it really took me all day to work through this and to get to a place, a higher, you know, understanding, a more spiritual understanding. And here's the thing. There are so many people talking about this in spiritual communities, all kinds of spiritual communities, in unity communities. Everybody's talking about how to think about and how to pray about this situation. Even unity ministers, in the unity ministers discussion group, there's a vibrant discussion about that, about how can we affirm omnipresent good in this situation. So maybe you've had that question too. You know, and it's good to question. It is good. It's important that we question what we know and what we think we know, right? And of course, this question always comes up after every tragedy, right? You know, it's like, where is God in this? After 9/11, after the, you know, the atrocities committed by ISIS, after every social justice, every abuse, after every school shooting, after every natural disaster, after the pandemic, the question does come up. It's, you know, it's typical. It's, you know, it's understandable. But for some reason, this question is coming up a lot more now. And I don't know if it's because, you know, I mean, here's this mostly Western sovereign nation that is being invaded like World War II style. It's just like, it's so shocking. Or maybe it's because war is being live streamed into our living rooms, you know? It's up close and personal. But maybe it's because the collective consciousness is changing around this. We're getting to the point, like as Waldo said, we just can't tolerate the idea of war anymore. We can't tolerate it. Maybe we're reaching this new, you know, on the spiral dynamics, we're reaching a new level on the spiral. Maybe we're, you know, rising into second tier consciousness. And if you want to know more about spiral dynamics and that whole idea, Pat Venema is offering a class during our Spiritual Explorers Week at the end of March. Really interesting stuff. So I think it's interesting. What I'm definitely seeing is there's this move away from this idea of just kind of glibly affirming all is well in that situation and then just living our lives blissfully ignorant. There's a move away from, oh, I can't look at this, it's too painful. It makes me upset. That's too simplistic. And it just eclipses the human capacity for compassion. Our human capacity for compassion. And in fact, it's essential that we connect with our compassion first. You know, that's humanity. Suffering is real. And when we connect, when we feel someone's suffering, it connects us with each other, and we're placed in the heart of humanity. It places us in the heart of humanity. And it is from that place of compassion that we extend a hand, that we offer support, that we find a way to help, we find a way to be of service. Now, there are no shortage of organizations that are set up right now in some real creative ways that I've been hearing to support the victims in Ukraine and the refugees. So find one or two and support them. And, you know, I thought it would be good for us, like in our fellowship after the service, when we're having coffee, to maybe share some ideas. So like, who are you supporting? What organization are you supporting? What ideas have you heard about how to support these people? You know, we just get a conversation going and share some ideas. Someone once said that a kind gesture reaches a wound that only compassion can heal. So, after we've connected with our compassion, then we want to approach this from a deeper spiritual understanding. We are on a spiritual path. We are spiritual explorers. We're here, on this ever-evolving spiritual path. So we want to understand this from a spiritual perspective, right? And in fact, the question in the ministers' discussion group, the exact question was asked, okay, so how do we affirm one power, one presence, God the good, when we are thinking of the actions of Putin? I think it's important for us to clarify it in our consciousness, right, first, and clarify it in our movement. First of all, I think there's a confusion in both our evolving understanding of God, because it is evolving. As we evolve, our understanding of God evolves. And also our understanding of the word good. So let's take both of these one at a time and do a little exploration here. First of all, the word good. The concept of good. When we're referencing God the good, is not to be equated with the term nice or pleasant or well-behaved. Rather, it speaks to this all-encompassing nature of God. The all-encompassing. So words that might be a little more accurate could be wholeness, completeness, infinite love. The quality without an opposite. It's that divine quality without an opposite. So just a different way of thinking about good, and maybe we should just change that word because it's so confusing for people. And it's confusing for us. And then the concept of God, right? The concept of God. Now, we know here in a unity community that we're not thinking of God as this anthropomorphic being in heaven somewhere to which we pray to intercede on our behalf, to intervene in the situation, in any situation. At least I think we agree on that. Of course, sometimes, I have to say, sometimes under extreme stress, we tend to kind of revert back to old ideas, and our prayers take on that feel sometimes, right? Paul Hasselbeck, right, our teacher that teaches here frequently and used to be the dean of spiritual education at Unity Institute, reminds us that God is principle. God is principle. So God is not powerful. God is the principle of power. God is not good. God is the principle of good. God is not loving. God is the principle of love. And we, as free-willed individual expressions of this one life, can use this principle in any way that we choose. And so Paul is simply reflecting Charles Fillmore, the founder of Unity, who said, "There is but one power. We use it as we will. If we send it out by our thought and word in hate, it destroys. But if we send it out in love, it builds. There are not two powers, but two ways of using one power." And so, since most people are unaware of their divinity, they're unaware that they're an expression of the one divine, They're unaware of their oneness with others. They're unaware of their power as a co-creator. They use the power, the principle, unconsciously, by default, right? Or out of fear. So when we think about somebody who is in a position of power, and I mean worldly power, who might be asleep to who and what they are, and asleep to oneness, and who may be living in fear that their power is taken away from them, that it might be taken away from them. You know, they've become addicted to power. You know, it defines them. Like, who am I without worldly power? And then they are cut off, and if they also are cut off from their compassion with others, they're going to use that power unwisely. They're going to use their power of power unwisely. And they're going to justify any and all actions to maintain their power, right? Including killing innocent people. So we can think of that. It's easier to think of that, I think, when we're thinking of Putin or other dictators or anybody who's caused enormous suffering in the world. I think it's easier to think about this. More difficult for me anyway, to think about this idea that omnipresent divine good, even if we think of it in terms of completeness and wholeness and infinite love, where that is in Ukraine with innocent people that were just living their lives. It's more difficult for me to get to that place. You know, whenever we see victims of horrendous acts, you know, we're at a loss to understand very often. We're at a loss to understand how that can happen in a universe of love, in a friendly universe. But from our limited perspective, we can't see the whole cosmic picture in which this drama is playing out. We can't see it from our limited perspective. What we do know, that as long as we continue to be asleep to who and what we are, as long as we continue to be asleep to our oneness with others, as long as we continue to add our judgmental, fearful, hateful, angry thoughts into this collective unconscious, we will continue to see pain and suffering in the world and in our own communities. So, you know, this week has been really cloudy. Have you noticed? Like today is the first sunny day, I think, all week. It's been really cloudy every day. You know, where is the sun? And so I thought of an allegory with that might explain this that I want to share with you. So imagine, if you will, that you're living in a time a long time ago before airplanes, before even hot air balloons. And imagine that you're living in a place in the world that is constantly socked in with clouds, that is constantly cloudy. It's like you never see the sun. The clouds never part. It's eternally cloudy. In fact, you don't even know that there is a sun. Like, what sun? If nobody's ever seen it, what is it, right? And you kind of adjust to living in a cloudy world. You probably carry an umbrella with you. You maybe wear a raincoat. You don't have to buy sunglasses because no sun. You know, you don't need sunscreen. And then someone comes along and builds a flying machine. And they take off in that flying machine and they hit the cloud level. And of course, everybody on the ground is thinking, oh, well, he's disappeared. He's gone. But of course, he just pierces through that cloud layer and on top, above the clouds, and there is something he's never seen. Just glorious sun. And he comes back and he tells everybody, that, oh, up there, oh, it's just magnificent, this glowing, gorgeous, radiant, white, yellow, warm, and everything is alive and vibrant. Well, how do you think everybody on the world is going to react? Woo-hoo, this guy's lost it. Cuckoo, right? They're not going to believe that. They've never seen it. They don't know. Of course, there probably are going to be some people who really want to believe it so much that they, maybe the cult starts, the sun follower cult. They make up all kinds of strange things about the sun, give it a personality. That would happen, right? But then, other people go up in a flying machine. They too build a flying machine, and they fly up above the clouds. They pierce through that dense cloud layer, and they too see it. And they come back and they say, oh no, this guy's right. There is a sun. There is. He was telling the truth. And more people go up and say the same thing. So then an idea grows. The idea catches on, and it begins to grow. And more people are piercing through that cloud layer so that eventually the clouds dissipate. And it reveals the sun. And now we're all living in a sunny, warm world. So, living in a world that is asleep and dreaming a dream of separation is like living in eternal cloud cover, not aware of the sun, not aware that there is sun. But affirmative prayer pierces through that dense cloud layer so that we can see the sun. It pierces through that dense collective consciousness and exposes the divine, exposes divine possibility, exposes white light, exposes the divine truth. That's what affirmative prayer does. So, when we're praying for world peace, we are not praying for divine intervention. That's an old idea of a Father God that we feel is going to come rescue us. What we're doing is we're using that innate power, that principle of peace, that principle of power, and we are piercing through that dense layer of the collective unconscious, exposing the truth, exposing the divine, exposing possibility, divine possibility, solutions, miracles. We're praying for people to realize they've been living in a cloud-covered world, but the sun is there. It just needs to be recognized, acknowledged, and revealed. And when enough of us come together, when people gather and come together, like we're doing today, and many other spiritual groups, if you're on, social media, there are groups, intention circles, there are prayer circles, there are meditation circles. All these groups are sending love and prayers to this situation. And when we do that, we're combining our consciousness, we're combining our hearts, and that energy of love just grows and grows. And with that enormous energy of love and our power as co-creators, we are definitely bursting through that cloud layer, and exposing the wholeness that is there, the love that is alive in that place, in this moment. Exposing divine possibility, creating a space for miracles to occur. That's what we're doing. We're creating a space for miracles to occur. And I'm seeing them. You? I'm hearing about some amazing things that are happening. Well, first of all, from the very start, the Ukrainian people united, standing together, standing strong against the big bully. They are refusing to be devoured, right? And so, that indomitable spirit is so inspiring. It's inspiring. So all these other countries are coming together to support them. Yes, we want to support you in every possible way short of going to war. You know, we want to support you. I'm hearing, Katja was telling me the other day that in Poland, there's a town in Poland where every single home, including the mayor's home, is opening their doors for refugees, families to come in and stay there. And this is just happening everywhere. There's so much compassion and a willingness to help them and to be of service, and we're just seeing more and more of that all the time. We're seeing pictures of young people, you know, who are sort of goth-looking young people, and they're taking the hand of a grandmother and, you know, leading her to safety, and, you know, making sure that that person is going to be okay. They're watching each other. I mean, I'm seeing miracles and the realization of this idea that is catching on in the collective consciousness of divine possibility, healing, miracles. So let's keep it up. You know, and also with our collective intention to find the blessing in that situation, in any situation you face. You know, the intention to find the blessing on the other side of that calls it forth. It calls forth the blessing. So it's not divine intervention. It's us owning our power as co-creators in prayer, creating a space for miracles to occur. Let's connect in our hearts in prayer right now. If you would join me and close your eyes. Taking a deep breath into our heart center, really focusing our awareness on our heart. Feeling the life energy that is there. Feeling our hearts connected with each other in this beautiful circle of healing love. And from this space, we see everyone who is involved in that situation. Ukrainian people, the Russian soldiers who didn't even know what they were getting into. All of the people who are affected in this situation, we see this same divine life energy, this love beating in their hearts. We see the divine presence that is there in this moment. We see the love, the good, the infinite possibility of peace being revealed. The clouds are parting. And peace is growing in hearts and minds all over that region. We find the blessing there. We focus on that in this moment. And that reveals the possibility. It reveals the blessing for each of those people. We see them surrounded by the divine light of protective love. We see those individuals as they are trying to flee from their country, finding welcoming arms on the other side. We call forth the qualities of divine grace and ease for them. We know that there is a solution to this, and in this moment, in full view of the radiant sun, of the radiant light of truth, we call it forth. We combine our hearts and our prayers with the millions of other people who are praying in this moment, wherever they are, whatever group they are. We know that this collective desire to be free of war, to be free of hatred, to be free of this, to know each other as brothers and sisters, children of the infinite divine expressing. Breathing that in. We are so grateful for this opportunity to be here in this moment, to know this truth, to see it, to affirm it, to know our oneness with the infinite, to know our oneness with each other. We give thanks for this moment, this radiant moment of divine presence. Breathing that in. And so it is. Amen. Namaste. Thank you for the beautiful candle there.
This is a freedom song. Seems appropriate this morning. I was born this way, no doubt in my mind. Always told what I felt was wrong. Only sure thing was to keep it all inside. The first gay bar I went to was too scared to hold her hand. Couldn't turn my back on a life of fear, stranger even in my own land. Our lives may be different from the ones who came before. We fight different battles, but it's still the same war. And if we can walk our people a little further down the road, we can all go in peace to glory, with our debt paid to the ones who came before. They wrote laws against us, the church and state, locked us up and marked us, taught their children to hate. Even today it's still a question, should I just play along? Or should I tell you who I am? Or just change the pronouns in my songs? Silence, deception, protection. Don't speak your love aloud. To do that erases you. But imagine what would happen if they knew. They hung us and shot us, they stabbed us with knives, burned in the ovens, beat on the streets, anything they could to take our lives. Justified in God's name, they call our love sin. But when I see what Jesus said, I know that I'd wanna be with Him. Our lives may be different from the ones who came before. We fight different battles, but it's still the same war. And if we can walk our people a little further down the road, we can all go in peace to glory, with our debt paid to the ones who came before. When the Pope calls me a sinner, I wear it as a badge of pride. And if there's a judgment day, I won't be the one with things to hide. Make no mistake about it, in this one you choose a side. It may be our lives at stake, but everybody's soul is on the line. Our lives may be different from the ones who came before, but we fight different battles, but it's still the same war. And if we can walk our people a little further down the road, we can all go in peace to glory, with our debt paid to the ones who came before. Thank you.
Love, freedom, peace, all that we are. And also we are generous, right? So I invite you to choose your way, how you're going to share to our community. Here is the precious green card. As you are American, you don't need it. Same old joke. You know, I like this joke because my wife says that's the only joke that makes her laugh. So I keep doing it. So. And also you can choose this envelope. You can put cash, check, as I do. I choose every number, different numbers. So today I choose a number that is representation of divine support. Everything has to be divine. So I invite you to choose your way. And from the bottom of my heart, I really, really appreciate your contribution to this community, in your time, in your opinions, in your suggestions, and financial needs. Thank you very much for that. Oh. I'm still flying. So, come with me, please. Divine love through me verses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, all that I receive, and all that I am.
I'm joyful, I am fulfilled. I'm happy, I'm joyful, I am fulfilled. I'm aware of all my blessings, so much love I can't sit still. I'm happy, I'm joyful, I am fulfilled. I'm happy, I'm joyful, I am fulfilled. I'm happy, I'm joyful, I am fulfilled. I'm aware of all my blessings, so much good I can't sit still. I'm happy, I'm joyful, I am fulfilled. Happy, I'm joyful, I am fulfilled. I'm aware of all my blessings, so much peace I can't sit still. I'm happy, I'm joyful, I am
Ooh, that song is getting jazzier and jazzier every week. Thank you, Chris. I love it. I love the energy. All right, let's just take that energy of love and peace that is coursing through our veins and just feel that from your heart, out through your hands as we bless these gifts. With gratitude, we are so grateful for this opportunity to share of our gifts, to receive, to be engaged in this whole energy of circulation. We give thanks and know that this love energy is going forth to support this community, and it reaches out to other communities. We are a tithing community, so we give to also Unity Worldwide Ministries and the prayer support and local organizations. So your gift helps to benefit so many. So we are so grateful for that. And we're feeling that energy of love, generosity, gratitude, abundance, expansion. We're so thankful for it all. And so it is. Yes. Okay, and here we go. So the prayer box is going back out to the foyer, and if you would like to also have your prayer prayed over here on Sunday, there is a prayer request that's next to the prayer box. Just fill that out and put it in there. It'll be prayed on Sunday and also by our entire prayer team. So thank you. And is there anybody who might be joining us for the first time today? Yes, no, you've all been here before. Yeah, okay, wonderful. And if anybody who is joining us for the first time online, if you would just say hello, this is my first time, I'm here. Just let us know that you are here, and our wonderful greeter Mel will shower you with love and a virtual hug and share any information about our community that you would like to receive. All right, so wonderful. Let's have one more time. Lisa and Leslie, come on up. Yes? Yeah. I think that's right.
This is another song about the transforming power of love in the midst of difficult situations. It's called Where I Ought to Be. We're living in the end of days. The waitress said to me, at the time I thought she was crazy, but then it dawned on me, maybe the end won't come with a roar and a flash of light. Maybe the end comes slowly, like getting old, or a patient thief in the night. This will all pass away. We might not have tomorrow, but right now is good for me. And trouble I won't borrow. When I see your pretty face in the morning next to me, I know I have all I need, and I'm where I ought to be. You know, it just might happen now. We won't know that the end has come. We'll just bury our gold in the yard out back and take who we love and run, expecting someday we'll return, just to find out we were wrong. So all that's left is some shiny things and the words to this song. This will all pass away. We might not have tomorrow, but right now is good for me. And trouble I won't borrow. When I see your pretty face in the morning next to me, I know I have all I need, and I'm where I ought to be. Are we living in the end of days? I wish I knew. I just know that the weather's crazy, the ice is melting too, and the people who are running things, well, they haven't got a clue. And the ones who will suffer most are our children and me and you. This will all pass away, and we might not have tomorrow, but right now is good for me. And trouble I won't borrow. And when I see your pretty face in the morning next to me, I know I have all I need, and I'm where I ought to be. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Beautiful music. Remember, please, to grab your candle at the end of the service. 76 is the number of the divine presence, butterfly, and the affirmation. Personal growth classes for a spiritual explorer, March 28 April, and 1 via Zoom. March 28, April 1st via Zoom. This is an opportunity for everybody, not only for people who is seeking to become a minister, as I am, also, personal growth. This is the time where we must be educated in a spiritual language. For me, God is a language that we must all speak the same language related to this. And this is the opportunity. Class, all this information is on our website, so I invite you to check the website. Class 1 is self-awareness by Reverend Dr. Nikki Golding. He's an exceptional teacher. Class number 2 is spirituality from 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. with Reverend Pat Vinima. She belongs to our community. We know the kind of teacher that she is, the kind of reverend she is, the kind of woman that she is. We love her very much, and she lives those principles. She lives what she teaches. That's the great thing of all of this. And our Reverend Dr. Paul Hasselbach is our friend. He's bringing practical metaphysics. So any of these classes has a particular energy, has a particular vibration that it will be helpful in these moments. For more details about these classes, please, or registration, you can go to unitychapelhill.org/events. The cost per class is $75 if you are a member, or if not, it will be a little bit of increase. But I recommend you to become a member just because, you're going to have save money. For the next announcement, Reverend Victoria.
Yes, I just wanted to share with you, as I have the last couple of weeks, that there is a contest. If you're interested in taking one of these classes and you're thinking, gee, I'd love to be sponsored, we do have a scholarship available, and you can win a chance to have a scholarship for one of these classes. And all you have to do is take out your smartphone and take a little video and just speak into the video and say what unity has meant for you. Like what your life was like before you came here, what it's like now. Are you more peaceful? Are you feeling more loving? Are you experiencing more expansion, prosperity, more loving relationships in your life? And you just speak it, just 1 minute is really, and then send it to, you can either upload it directly to Facebook, or you send it to office at Unity Chapel Hill. That's Debbie, and she will upload it for you. And I'm thinking, I know some people are having some difficulty with this, so as we meet on the back patio today, let's help you with this. Mary Angela, would you be willing to help people create their videos? I know you helped us with one I think we have one right now, but we have 3 chances to win a scholarship to one of these classes. So I think Mary Angela will help you. I will help you create one of these videos and get it posted. And then the drawing will be next week. We'll pull out of a hat.
Aho.
3 lucky winners to that class. All right.
And you can be one of those. Oh.
You can.
You can.
You can do it online too. Absolutely.
Please like us, not only because we are here, but go to Facebook and like us, follow us on Instagram. We are all over the place, so please, let's support our community. Follow us on Instagram, subscribe our YouTube channel. Let's share this beautiful message. And also you can subscribe to our monthly e-news. You see, we have everything covered. And today we have our dear Joanne Dahil as our supportive prayer. If you feel that after this you need support, you need to pray a little bit more, of course, Joanne can help you with that. And also you can send your email to prayer@unitychapelhill.org and include your phone number, and our prayer partner will call you back to pray. You see, let's pray, let's be. 5th principle says we have to put into practice that all the other 4. So here we are. Thank you very much for this opportunity, and here we go with our prayer of protection. Please.
All right, let's all stand
If you are able. The light of God surrounds us. I am the light of God. The love of God enfolds us. I am the love of God. The power of God protects us. I am the power of God. The presence of God watches over us. I am the presence of God. Whenever we are, God is, and all is well. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, at least I'm a man to be. Thank you. Aho. We